Welcome back to the Body Art Show. I'm Julie Tattam from the Global College of Body Art. This week on the show, we continue on with our interviews with the Skin Wars stars. This week, we're speaking with Gear Duran. Gear is hilarious. His rock star personality has got him in a position of one of the fan favourites on the show, and it's easy to see why. But before we do, let's cross over and have a look at some of his amazing work.
Good. How about yourself?
Good. So it's evening over there. Thank you so much for making the time to talk to us.
Oh, absolutely. Well, this is like my afternoon, considering my late night, cyberpunk artsy hours that I got going on. So, this is like brunch for me.
Well, we appreciate it. So tell me,
yeah.
You're obviously amazing at body painting from what we can see, but your main area of art is much greater than just body painting. So where did you start out in your art life?
Oh my God. Well, let's see. My mother and father, they had me when they were only kids. She kind of, biologically passed on the creative galactical juju, if you will.
Yeah.
And then kind of been developing it, from there. A little backstory, I also picked up the airbrush maybe around like 9, 10 years old.
Yeah, wow.
And drawing well before that too. I mean, my first memories of walking are in tandem with that of drawing. And then after that, I was going to a lot of like underground raves in LA, and I was doing a lot of blacklight graffiti, live art installations for raves, then festivals and all that stuff. So using blacklight in like the club atmosphere has always been kind of like a staple in my creative journey as an artist. And then always kind of keeping that raw graffiti LA razor blade cut you kill you kind of style with my digital art, and kind of forming the sort of personality and anime, cyberpunk, graffiti, hot rod, hardcore thing that you got now.
When was the first time you painted a body? How did that come about?
Oh my God. Well, that's funny. That actually started in 7th grade. My first job after school in 7th grade was airbrushing t-shirts at the mall.
Right.
So, 7th grade, comes around, I'm airbrushing shirts at the mall. And, this high school, this like senior high school bikini volleyball team comes in, and they want all their bikinis painted. I'm like, hell yeah, like this is badass, right? I'm all like trying to keep it calm and not lose my shit. And I was doing, this crazy ocean scenes and some like abstract stuff and some old school graffiti stuff. And then the overspray that would get on their body, I was like, well, wait a second. Why don't I just finish up some of what's already there just for the photo? And then I was thinking, well, why do I even need the bikinis? So let's just ditch the clothing and just paint straight on the body. Like, what the hell?
Did they let you do that?
Well, no. Here's the thing. One of them that actually kind of liked me. She was the one that was like, okay, I'll let you do it. And then I didn't get to take any photos. I wish I would have, but that was like my first, foot in the water as far as like exposure to body painting. And then I've always been a fan of it ever since and loved it. And then when I was living in LA in Los Angeles, right in Hollywood, industrial underground scene, right? Fetish parties galore. I was like, they're like, hey, we know you airbrush. Would you do some like live painting on like the models for us? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So that was like kind of round 2, way later on, of me actually actively doing it all the time.
So tell me, how did it come about that you heard about Skin Wars? How did you end up on the show?
Well, let's just say anything in Hollywood when it comes to like developing these sort of reality shows, movies or whatnot, I mean, they always happen years in advance.
Yeah.
The first time I got a call from the executive producers was about maybe 3.5 years ago. So they were talking to me on and off for a while, just, asking me questions, didn't tell me what anything was for like maybe the first 8 or 9 months. And so then after that, they're like, okay, here's the deal. We've got this body paint show. So we like your character. You're multifaceted and all these other, you're diverse in all these other art forms, and we think you'd be a good addition. And so after that, that's when we kind of, it started to develop into the, all right, Now we're going to do a casting, like a preliminary competition before the real filming starts.
Right. So was it kind of like
So,
a screen test, like to see how your
yeah,
personality
yeah, yeah.
came through? Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. Then, it everyone, had their model, their number, their little song and dance. Well, I was the only kid that brought black lights to that competition. Everyone's showing their piece, my piece comes up, and then I was like, and here we got, da 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 da, doing a little song and dance and spiel. And I was like, but wait, there's more. So I go, turn off the lights, turn on the black lights, reveals this whole other, like,
Yeah,
you know,
right.
goddess, deity, multi-eyed DNA strand, galactical singularity, like thing just kind of coming out, and it was freaking awesome, and so it was a lot of fun. It was just a lot of
When
fun.
you were on the show, did you have to move into a home with all the other artists, and what was that like?
Yes. Yo, it was crazy. It was out in Manhattan Beach, like a mansion or anything, but it's like a glorified three-story condo.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, it was just a three-story condo, beach view, deck. No big deal. Nothing. Yeah, it was like a tin shanty or anything.
Living in those close quarters, you must have made some good friendships. Are you quite close still to the other cast members?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, Dutch. I made friends with Dutch and Natalie and Nicole at the pre-screening, and
Mm.
then when we got to all live together, it's like, oh, hey, cool. Like I felt like I already had a couple of friends there already,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's pretty awesome. It wasn't like a cold call. I dropped right into the mosh pit. There
yeah.
you go, sink or swim. It was already like, okay, this feels like home, and everyone, for the most part, had a pretty good attitude and energy. Of
Yeah.
course, everyone's nice in the beginning, but I would say consistently the vibe in the house was pretty chill. I mean, there's a couple little like wonky moments in the seismograph, if you will, but
Yeah.
I think overall it was pretty good.
So how did you find painting on television under the cameras and the pressure of the nation watching, as opposed to painting in real life?
Oh, um, I mean, honestly, not that bad because I guess my experience as a graffiti artist, painting in between two rival gang neighborhoods,
Mm.
cops, vigilantes, other
Right.
graffiti artists, like that kind of desensitized me a little bit
Yeah,
from,
yeah.
hey, I'm in a safe, secure environment. I have nothing to worry about.
Right.
But there's still, of course, I guess a little thing in the back of my head, like, wow, millions of people are going to be watching this. Like, I better just kick ass and just like rock everybody's socks off. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So, the way I am, on the show and the way I am now, no difference at all. I mean, they didn't say to act a certain way or they're like, just be yourselves. And I was me through and through 100%.
If you had it to do over, would you do it again?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. But you know what though? I'll tell you what. It was very. How can I say this? It was very Hunger Games. The way that it's like, oh, look at these nice places to sleep. Here's some food. Here's some wine.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna throw you in the pit against each other.
Yeah.
We didn't eat a lot. We didn't sleep a lot. We were told to shut up a lot. And so I was like, you know what? I can only take so much of that. And then Nicole, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus, but Nicole's like, this is bullshit. You guys can't treat us this way. Da 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 da. Like, and then Mythica is all in the corner, like, oh, good vibes, everybody, good vibes. And then of course Dutch is all like half asleep, like, all right, let Gear do what he needs to do. And then Philly's like, shit, man, Gear's losing his shit, But you know what though? It was a good balance of fun times,
Yeah.
crazy times, hard. But that's nature of the beast.
Do you find that you're being recognized in the street now? Has anything changed for you since the show?
Yes, because okay, well, I go to like Home Depot a lot, like art stores a lot. I paint a lot out in public. I go to get lunch over at this place called the Tilted Kilt, and one of the waitresses is like, are you on that show Skin Wars? I'm like, yes, yes I am. They're like, and she's like, oh my god! And she's like, start doing this thing and like, okay, do like selfies and it was pretty hilarious.
Do you think it's been good for your business too, the exposure?
Yes. I mean, I've had wonderful people like you reach out and want to do interviews. I've had custom car culture magazines in the UK want to do interviews.
Do you think we'll see you anytime soon in Australia?
Yes, absolutely. Well, Iwata Airbrush, not only are they like family to me and my good sponsors, and they've taken care of me throughout the years,
Yeah.
I know we do got some reps out there, and I
Yeah.
want to do a sort of tour where everywhere that we have like an Iwata headquarters,
Yeah.
like I go out there and paint live at like a festival for them and represent them and, kind of just, and, it's a chance to hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, that'd be great.
like,
You're very welcome here in Sydney.
oh, sweet.
So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know it.
So before you go, is there any plugs you want to put in for parts of your business?
Oh, absolutely. Well, let's see. You could find me. You could cyber stalk me at Gear Duran. That's GearDuran, like Duran Duran. And that's my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter. I want to thank Cratex Paints. I want to thank Pro Air, Iwata Airbrush, my family, my girlfriend that puts up with my crazy shit, and
Like an Oscar speech.
I think that's about it. I got a question
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Is there okay? So I've been brought this knowledge of this sort of urban legend, if you will, of this Australian drink called the Australian Stuntman. Now, what it consists of is, I guess, snorting a line of salt, squirting lemon in your eyes, and pounding a liquor concoction that consists of God knows only what,
Yeah.
and then shooting it down.
Right.
And that's the Australian stuntman. Now, I want this debunked, yay or nay. And if you don't know the answer to it, then I want you to do some homework and see what your feelers can get, and then get back to me with an answer.
Look, I haven't heard of it myself. I must say, if I was given the chance, I think I'd try that. Like we Aussies are pretty open-minded.
Okay, all right,
But let
fair
me get back
enough.
to you on that. All right. Thank you so much.
You
Gia.
got it.
And just to say, we love your hair, by the
Wow.
way. So you do this
Oh,
yourself?
thank you. I do it myself. Yeah, I've been cutting and dyeing my hair. Well, I'm the ripe age of 35, so I've been cutting and dyeing my hair for about like over 20 years now. Ouch. Long time. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Look us up when you come to Australia.
Thank you so much. Absolutely.
Okay. Bye.
All right.
Well, that's it for this week's show. On next week's episode, we interview Robin Slanina, one of the producers and esteemed judges on the show. Thank you for joining me. I'm Julie Tattam from the Global College of Body Art. Good night.